Alrighty, here we go. It is time. We've got Mouz.ThorZaIN versus Millenium.Stephano. ThorZaIN spawning as our red Terran over on the 3 o'clock spawn on Naga Fortress. And over at the 10 o'clock position, we have his opponent, the pink Power Ranger. And he is going to be our pink Zerg.
Yes,
oh my goodness.
Millenium.Stephano. We have Stephano versus ThorZaIN. And again, we have a situation. We said Morrow wasn't, a very aggressive Terran player. Well, ThorZaIN is nicknamed Spoon Terran for a reason.
Yeah, he's very slow, very methodical.
Yes.
Reminiscent style of what we saw from his teammate last game.
Yes, definitely. And
Morrow and him actually have very similar TVZ styles.
I'm actually, you're 100% correct. Although ThorZaIN's a lot more ghost heavy than Morrow was. Like, ThorZaIN will just mass ghost no matter what unit composition is coming at him.
Which is a good thing to do.
Yeah, snipe is
good skill
so
to
good.
have.
Yeah, so I have, much like carriers. So ThorZaIN ended up picking this map. I'm actually a little bit disappointed at this map selection. ThorZaIN's picking it for a reason. He really believes he can win this. Obvious reasons. You PF your third, that's inside of the pocket expansion. You have map control over the middle, especially because there's an expiring Naga tower in this version. So, I mean, it's very obvious as to why ThorZaIN will want to do it. He wants to work towards 3-base, tank, ghost, siege line in the middle of the map. I get that. But I can't help but think, because this doesn't go into super, super, super long macro games, that I would have wished to have seen a different map, a Taldra Malta or something like that between these two players, just because I'd love to see an hour-long game between these two guys.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point you make. ThorZaIN's playstyle does favor those super late macro-style games, and this map doesn't yield to those type of games. That's absolutely right. Maybe ThorZaIN's trying to hit some sort of a timing push here.
Yeah. You can, I mean, this map can very easily turn into like a 25-minute long game where you have a Terran player on 3-base, a Zerg player on 4-base, but because this is a 3-player map, there's a tug of war that's played over these bases down here in the bottom left-hand corner, or whatever the empty third is, and then you end up not having super long macro games, but rather just things that are built around, I wouldn't even call them 3-base timings, because after a certain point they quit being timings and they just start being attacks.
Very rarely do we see
tug of war over you never have like 6-base for 6-base on this map.
It's just so difficult to secure those other expansions. They're in risky positions. I mean, even as Terran, you take that third, whether it's the pocket third, or I guess he could potentially take the 12 o'clock as his third, but that's relatively exposed. It's super vulnerable to a Baneling bomb, Muta harass, things of that nature. So it gets very hard for the Terran to get beyond 3-base on this map, and obviously it gets very hard for the Zerg to get beyond 4-base on this map.
Definitely.
And the Zerg's fourth, if he decides to take that base in the middle, is just very difficult for the Zerg to hold, especially if you start working across mid with tanks.
Okay, so your base is right here. Let's take a look, and the other base is right there. I mean, we're talking about basically this space plus that space, and that's it. I mean, you have siege tanks out here to protect your planetary fortress. You're sieging up to about right here, which means that you have almost perfect map control if you successfully PF this base in the middle of the map.
It's like the old time warfare style push, like setting up trebuchets in the middle of the map.
Don't even begin to talk about TVT on this map. Oh my god! Come on, let's be honest here. When GSL, when Terrans were totally dominating, we're talking like 8 of the top 10 people in GSL were all Terran players, and you had this map in heavy rotation. Those TVTs got excruciatingly painful.
Yes, they did.
All right, so let's see here. We have Stephano sitting down a spine crawler. He's once again going to be pretty well defended against any sort of early Hellion play. Now watch, this game ends up being like 8 minutes long, and after we've hyped up like 2 huge macro players. But anyway, so ThorZaIN, this guy's been doing pretty well lately. He did win the NASL semi-open, which means he got seeded into the champ bracket, the final 16 at NASL, ended up finishing 4th. Played some very, very entertaining, fun games, so congratulations to him, made a good bit of money off of that. Of course, he did rise to prominence. He was ThorZaIN for a long time, until he ended up doing well at TSL 3 and was picked up by Mouz during the middle of that tournament.
Yeah, TSL 3 was really his coming out party as far as showcasing his skills.
Yeah, certainly.
He had some really nice build orders, dropped MC.
Yeah.
That was just an epic series.
Oh, yeah.
He used mech as well, I mean.
Oh yeah, no, I
It's
remember.
really,
I mean,
really
especially. I mean, there was a reason he had Thor in his name. You know, in a lot of matchups, he was just going pure mech. Especially prior to 250 millimeter strike cannon going back to an energy, so it's feedbackable. When it was just a cooldown ability, he was using strike cannon all the time.
It's really good.
It was. It won Genro that game against MC in the GSL back when. GSL 3, I think?
Yep.
Or no, it was the first round of Code A, Code S. That's what it was.
You're actually right.
Anyway,
Baneling Nest coming
Yes.
for Stephano here. I can't say that we've seen that come from him yet.
No, but you know, he has a lot of flexibility because you can still play upgraded defensive lings in transition into any sort of units you want. Because of the things we talked about earlier, it's harder to take a third base here. So Ling Infester into Ultra is a lot easier to pull off on a map like Tournaments, which is what we saw last time. In this case, though, he doesn't feel comfortable with map control, needs to be able to break out to take his third, so he's going to move into Ling, Baneling, Muta very quickly.
Wow, this is a very early push here coming from ThorZaIN. Siege is on the way. He does have a third tank and some additional Marines, and with these 4 additional Hellions, this is going to be a pretty solid timing from ThorZaIN here that he's going to hit. But with the early Baneling Nest, Stephano is going to have the option to get some Banelings out. Does he have any Lings, enough Lings out on the field right now? He has a small group of Banelings and Lings. This is definitely going to hit him by surprise.
God. Oh, I swear, if I jinx this game into an 8-minute game, I'm actually going to jump off a bridge.
I don't know if you did. We'll have to see. He's not in jeopardy just yet. The key thing here is that the tanks are not in range of the supply lines. They're not going to be hitting Lings. They're not going to be hitting... Oh, actually, that one on top is in range of the ramp.
Yes.
So he will be able to hit reinforcing Lings coming down the ramp. He's actually sending the Banelings in straight through the front here. One does get through. Can it hit that pack of Marines?
No, not quite. Oh, but there's a lot more Banelings coming in behind now, but those run their way into a siege tank, and ThorZaIN has so much stuff left over.
Stephano is in a lot of trouble here. He is in a lot of trouble.
How
is he going to get out of this?
Of mutas? I don't think he can right now. Okay, there's 3 mutas coming up, but there's only a couple of Lings that are on the field. The SCV tearing its way through the spine crawler. There's a few Lings up now, though, but it looks like it's going to have to be a muta defense. But at the moment, ThorZaIN is in such a good spot.
He is in a great spot right now. He's going to be able to deny this upgrade on the Evolution Chamber as well. I don't know if Stephano really wants to be attacking right now with those Lings. They're so precious.
He's just delaying. He just wanted to kill all the Marines he could so his mutas would actually be able to win him the day, but he did not kill enough.
And there goes that Evo Chamber, so he's going to be behind on upgrades as well. We see ThorZaIN has 1-1 on the way, and he just denied the Evo Chamber for Stephano. So even if Stephano's able to hold this off, he's going to be way behind on upgrades.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
And he's going into Muta production now. Loses 1 Mutalisk there. Almost loses a second.
Oh, man. Yeah, and we have Stimpack coming up as well, and ThorZaIN's just continuing to reinforce. Another siege tank here, more Marines all the time. He's in heavy unit production. He's macroing well back at home as well. Looks like these mutas are going to start trying to pick off reinforcements, but he just has no way at the moment to break the siege line at the front.
No Medivacs and no combat shield, though, for ThorZaIN. So once he gets enough Mutalisks out on the field, he will be able to clean up this small push from ThorZaIN. ThorZaIN only with 11 Marines right there, and 3 of which are weakened a little bit. He will have stim in a second here. No combat shield, though, so...
I think he just has the 1 tech lab on his barracks right now. Yes, he does. He has additional barracks coming up at the moment, but not that much of an infrastructure as he has been producing so many units now. Uh-oh, here it comes! Stephano making his way out, and he has actually broken through that Marine cover, so the tanks are going to fall pretty quickly after that, and Stephano needs to take a third base and take one right now.
Wow, amazing hold from Stephano right there.
Yeah, well played.
Amazing hold. I'm so surprised he was able to hold on there.
Okay, but ThorZaIN did his damage. He denied that upgrade that you were talking about. We do have that third base coming out right away, so Stephano is just going to try and force his way back into this as the mutas make their way in. They are starting to camp production a little bit, even killing these missile turrets just before they come up. They are not canceled either. Bye-bye missile turrets. Oh, kill it, please. Kill it dead. There it is. Okay.
Kill it dead.
And Stephano's got a pretty decently sized Muta pack now and should be able to he's just forcing so many resources.
Taking so much damage from all these mutas. Wow. This is ridiculous.
All right, so maybe this is Stephano's key back into this.
He can get in and get the tanks as well. He's going to pick off both tanks.
He's got to get one. He gets one. The second is only 7 hit points away. I think if he knew that. Oh, it looks like they're going to get repaired up.
Oh, man, I'm surprised he didn't pick that off.
Okay, Stephano still with 13 mutas, though. That muta pack is continuing to grow. Oh, he's got to watch out for those Marines. Almost lost quite a few units, as Stim is done at the moment. Now, our starport is only just now on the way. Watch out, Stephano loses 3 of his mutas there.
So we do have 2-2 and Combat Shield coming for ThorZaIN right now. He also has the 3rd CC on the way in his main. So players are going to be on relatively even basis here once ThorZaIN transitions out of this. And keep in mind, Stephano still has not dropped Evo Chambers. He hasn't realized how far behind he is on upgrades. That's going to put ThorZaIN at 2-2. His lanes are going to be at 0-0. And I know I mentioned this earlier, but I'm just going to keep hammering on it.
Now, without Adrenal Glance, though, 2-2 Marines are just going to take no damage from Zerglings at all.
Rip through them.
Yes. Yeah, you are absolutely correct.
And that's going to be a serious problem coming up here. We do have Carapace finally on the way for Stephano now. I'm surprised he hasn't dropped dual Evos, realizing how far behind he is on the upgrades.
He's just trying to re-macro right now to get on an even economic footing, which truthfully he has not been able to do. ThorZaIN looks like he's going to try and push out and establish that PF right at the 3rd. That's everything he wanted to do.
He needs to be careful. He might lose the CC, though.
Yeah, he's going to take a lot of damage and force it to turn around at the very least.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. If he actually loses that, oh, my God.
He might lose it.
Oh, there's a Thor out. The Thor actually targets the command center. Didn't hit the Mutalisks. A little bit of miscontrol there out of ThorZaIN. Not that big of a deal.
He was like trying to repair, but had the Thor selected.
Shoots the javelin missiles directly into the command center. Anyway, you know, Stephano has been in this position a few times, though. I recall against Marine King Prime in the IPL 3 qualifiers where he just masked. Now, I take this back a little bit because I was about to say masked upgraded Lings, but he's so far behind on those right now that that's not going to be applicable. And he was able to come back against MKP that way, but that's going to be a lot harder with how well ThorZaIN has denied those upgrades.
One thing Stephano is doing very, very well is the Mutalisk Harass. It's just been outstanding all game long.
Yeah, definitely.
ThorZaIn does have 4 turrets in the main, 2 in the mineral line, 2 between the bases, and he does have a Thor there as well. But he's going to lose both the turrets in the main, and a lot of SCVs are going to go down here.
And yeah, a few SCVs did end up dying. 18 workers killed, now 20 to just the 1 that ThorZaIN has killed. So at the very least, Stephano can take consolation in the fact that he has been able to retain most of his economy this entire game. But ThorZaIN sees this base down at the bottom left-hand corner. That was a nice location for Stephano to try and take.
God,
because
Stephano is so well-versed in every style of Zerg play.
Yeah, definitely.
He's rocking the Mutaling right now so well. I mean, he's just doing tremendous amounts of damage with his Mutalisk.
He's got so much gas banked that in the event that a push ever comes out of ThorZaIN or is threatened to, which it's probably going to be soon because of the way he took this PF, he can produce just an absurd amount of banelings.
Oh, God.
All
He
right.
already has an absurd amount of lings.
Look at this, though. 3 3s on the way for ThorZaIn. Just +1 melee attacks up for Stephano right now.
That could be the tail of the tape here in the next fight.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
It could be the upgrades. That could be a major, major issue. Medevac, once again, forward scouting unit. ThorZaIn and Moro opting to use their Medevacs as forward scouting units.
Very
Didn't
true.
work out there.
Doesn't lose a muta once again. Stephano's muta control has been very, very good this entire game.
Excellent.
Yeah, it really has been. Let's take a look here as ThorZaIn, though. He's in that great spot, trying to build a factory right where his siege tank was, and preventing any sort of a counterattack, starting to PF and siege up the spot in the middle. He's got a pretty good spot for himself.
Counterattack coming in here for Stephano, but ThorZaIn already has Marines in position, but that's actually a lot more than just some Lings.
Yeah.
That's Lings and quite a few Banelings. He actually has positions all around. It looks like Stephano's setting up for a 3-way flank here in mid.
I think this is brilliant.
He's rolling around the back right now into the natural. Is he going to go for the counter, or is he going to go for the all-out attack on the PF? I don't know if that's such a good idea for him right now. ThorZaIn in a great defensive position here, and he can fall back to the PF, but wow! Stephano killing pretty much everything right there.
He really is.
Can he get the PF?
No, he's backing away from that right now because ThorZaIn, with a huge contingent of Marines at the back, has actually driven all that away. Yes, he lost his entire siege tank cover, but with that being said, he actually not only broke that attack, but comes out with a 30 supply advantage and is starting to mount an attack on this bottom left-hand base.
Yeah, and I think with these 3-3 Marines, or almost 3-3 Marines. It's about 80% done right now. Stephano looking to counterattack, though. While he pushes to that bottom base, he might have an opportunity to do that here. He stims a few Marines to try and get them in the bunker, but there's not a full wall, so the Lings are going to be able to surround that bunker. It goes down almost immediately. I think ThorZaIN overcommitting and sending just too many forces to that bottom base just to take it out, and ends up having to lift his CC at the National. It was mostly mined out anyway, though.
We need to get the Zerglings up here and the Mutas to start taking out these siege tanks and bring that line up at the front, because ThorZaIN is still ahead in supply at the moment.
What a close game we have here.
Once again, I mean, this is seriously 6 games in a row now.
And he's trying to break the front door. He attacks with all of his Mutas, but these 3-3 Marines are just ripping everything to shreds.
The Mutas just went in half right there. And ThorZaIN Stephano trying to rally any units he can in right now, but now he's down a base. He's up in workers, but that doesn't matter.
I think he's going to lose another base here.
Oh, God.
I don't really see how he can hold on to this.
Just watch how quickly this goes down.
That's insane.
Yeah. No camera on us right now, but we kind of tensed up there.
Ludicrous speed.
He's going plaid! I made that reference the other day. H didn't pick it up. So sad. Anyway, glad we got the Spaceballs reference out of the way. ThorZaIN's going to come back now with these incredibly upgraded Marines, and oh, wow. Already splitting pretty well, but needs to get out of there. The Banelings rolling along, but not quite enough. There we go. Finally getting themselves a decent hit there, and that force will get cleaned up, but ThorZaIN is so far ahead at the moment.
Yeah, he is just playing phenomenally right now. What a scrappy back-and-forth TDZ we've had on our hands. ThorZaIN able to eliminate the two most important mining bases for Stephano right now, throwing him back to 2 base. ThorZaIN has his 4th up in the bottom right-hand corner. Does he have that PF'd as well?
Let's see here.
Yeah, and he's got 2 turrets up there, so he's got a position there.
Yeah, he's good to go.
I think ThorZaIN's in a great spot right now. Supplies 143 to 109. ThorZaIN up, and the upgrades 3-3 Marines for ThorZaIN and 1-1 for Stephano.
Yeah, we have moved into a situation where ThorZaIN is once again going after his quintessential ThorZaIN ghosts, but I don't want to say they're not applicable right now, but they're getting to that point. Greater Spire's done. It looks like Stephano is going to try and come back based on a couple of Broodlords, but just the amount of there's so much anti-air out right now for
Look how many
ThorZaIN.
drones he has distance mining on that.
Yeah, I know.
Good God.
Looks like he is going to assault the PF down to the bottom right-hand corner, successfully denies mining there, but does nothing to really go after the frontline army.
Oh, and that
ThorZaIN.
drop comes in at just the perfect time. Should be able to clean up those Mutas.
Yes, it will. The
What
Planetary
nice
Fortress is going to survive. And ThorZaIN decides to push out because all those Lings and Banelings just went down. There's actually only 2 Lings and a Broodlord. Apart from that pack of Mutas.
Stephano trying to hold on here for dear life. All of his drones exposed over here at the 3rd position. Oh my God, it's a slaughter! It's a slaughter!
That was actually hard to watch. 48 workers killed. ThorZaIN just gets 20 kills right there, though, so he comes back a little bit. And those drones are going to have to run away. There's almost no mining being done for Stephano at all. Just a couple of mineral patches
left. And look
left.
how cautious ThorZaIN is still being here. It's just such a testament to his
Spoon
play
Terran.
style. He's like, wait, there's got to be something. What does he have? Where is it?
How am I underestimating my opponent now?
Yeah,
yes.
Right?
Yeah, but that's what gives him the advantage because he's so smart about it. Enemy plays to win. All right, so ThorZaIN now.
Is he going to back off? Oh, wow.
I'm actually a little bit shocked.
Yeah.
Because that's actually the only army.
It's A move time.
That Stephano has right now. But you know what? Better safe than sorry.
Yeah,
he's waiting until he rallies in his first few goes, and that handful of Vikings. As soon as he gets the Vikings, I see him just moving back and pushing into this.
A couple of medevacs as well.
Yep.
But this is the definition of Spoon Terran right here. I mean,
yeah,
this
really
is ridiculous.
Because ThorZaIN is up by 100 supply. He has won this game.
Yes, it's in the bag.
We don't mean to spoil the result of this game. That's just what's going to happen.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, God,
yeah. Marines are so bad.
Yeah, they really are. That's actually so many dead units there. Picks up, gets out of there. No, he can't because there's so little life left on the medevac. Look how long they're just standing in there. Look at this one Marine. He's actually fighting back a horde of Broodlings. That's absurd. And there it is. Well played out of Stephano, and ThorZaIN has taken the game. And yes, Mouz has gone up 4-2 in this best of 9.
Oh my God. What a set of games we've had for you guys this evening.
Yeah, that's actually been awesome so far. I can't wait to see what Millennium has in store for us for game number 7 here. And